Spreadsheet Web will turn into a web application. Are there any questions so far?
No.
I have to get up from my desk to take care of a customer, and I could not see how you generated the application. And
okay, your question is how was able to sort of create this application from the Excel file?
Yes, I would like to see it, or I don't know if you perhaps have like I know there's a YouTube video, but mostly my question is directed towards, is it mandatory, and must it always reside, the resulting application, must it always reside in this Spreadsheet Web main server, or could I just generate it and host it in one of my internal servers?
Oh, you can host it on your internal servers as well. Spreadsheet Web has a two licensing model. The first licensing model is called software as a service, and you may be familiar with that. You know, there's a lot of discussion in the industry like the cloud model. So you can host it on a cloud on our servers. That's why the link shows spreadsheetweb.com. But alternatively, you can install the Spreadsheet Web Server Edition on your own server, so it would reside within your own network. And a lot of our larger customers go with that because they have rules and regulations against using any cloud or putting anything outside their networks. And we are conscious of that. That's why we have the server edition for our software. Essentially, once you install it on your own server, you would have your own domain. The URL will show your own domain here, and more so, you can even customize it. So instead of Spreadsheet Web logo here, you can put your own logo.
Okay.
So all of that customization and sort of enabling your corporate identity is supported with the server edition.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
What about that approval status? I could not understand, like pending, new, approved, that column.
Excellent question. In fact, that was what I wanted to discuss next. In a situation like this, whenever there is a data collection, whenever you deploy a data collection application, there is a life cycle of that data. That means that, let's say you post you create an application for, let's say, invoicing. And you want to put an invoicing tool on your website for your customers to come in and create, let's say, order forms. Now, of course, there is typically a process for that. When a new order comes in, it goes to a salesperson, right? The salesperson needs to sort of approve it or make some changes and then forward it to the fulfillment, let's say to your warehouse, for them to be able to ship that. That means that a workflow is needed. And Spreadsheet Web has a built-in workflow engine. Now with that, let's assume that this is a new order that came in. Essentially, you can click on this. You can change the status, and all of these status names, by the way, are configurable by application. I can change it to pending, and I can transfer this to one of the users. Let's say Jane Doe. Jane, please check if we have this order in stock. I save it, and you will see that, sorry, I pressed the wrong button, and once I save it, if I click on the last page, you will see that the status has changed to pending. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to log out and log back in as I am that other user called Jane Doe. When I log in as Jane Doe, as you can see, Jane Doe has only 3 tabs. because Jane Doe has limited access to the system, while my user has admin privileges. But Jane Doe's user has very limited access to the system. But if I click on this rating engine next to that data tab, or I can simply go to the data tab and filter with that rating engine application, you'll see that the last record here is data November 23rd, 2010, and the status is pending. So what Jane Doe can do, click on this, and if needed, can change the data. Let's assume that there was a mistake, and the zip code should be not 90,000, but 90,001. Press calculate, so the prices are recalculated, and then save. And then Jane Doe can click on this and change the status to, let's say, approved, and transfer it back to my account. Yes, we have it in stock. Save. So basically I close it, log out, log back in as my username, and filter it with the demo group, and click on the data, go to the last page, and here now this particular order has been approved. I can see the whole history. Click on this, I can see that, okay, this order came in today at 2:16 Eastern Standard Time. And then it was, status has been changed to pending, and it was transferred to Jane Doe with the note saying that, Jane, please check if this user, if we have this in stock. And then Jane updated the record, changed the data, and I can see what was the data like before that change. If I click on this, I can see the order before Jane's change. You can see that this number is still 70. If I look at it after the change, no, I'm sorry, it was zip code. I changed the zip code to 90,001, and previous one was 90,000. Right here. So I can see the whole history of this particular order. And in the end, it was approved and transferred to my user with the note saying that, yes, we have it in stock. So basically, I have this whole life cycle of this data, of this order. I can build a workflow around it. I can collaborate it with my co-workers. You know, whether it's sales department or fulfillment department or those people in the warehouse. So I can have that whole workflow built into Spreadsheet Web. Again, I can do that without having to write a single line of code. It's all built into Spreadsheet Web.